or in there or in Washington, D.C., we have the right to know everything that they do and why they do it and when they do it and how they've taken our freedom. I have another one of my basic core beliefs. The individual has an immortal soul. Every individual is greater than any government. But government is based on fear and force. You don't have to take my word for it. The second president of the United States, John Adams, said, of course the government is based on fear. And the first president, George Washington, said, government is not reason, it is force. I think, regrettably, they knew what they were talking about. Now, fast forward to modern times. Whenever the government wants something, it scares us. During the Civil War, Lincoln tried civilians in this state where no battles occurred by military tribunal. After he died, the Supreme Court invalidated everything the military tribunals did. During the First World War, the Wilson administration locked up 2,000 people and called them anarchists. Same thing as enemy combatant. No trial, no charge, just jail for the duration of the war. In World War II, FDR locked up 150,000 Japanese Americans, people born in the United States, who got no trial and had no charges, and when the war was over, were given $25 and told to go home. Today we have federal agents. You know, I get in arguments with my friends at Fox, and one of them, I don't have to tell you who it is, but it is truly the most irascible person there. And he said to me, you know, you have a problem with Guantanamo Bay, and you have a problem with the Patriot Act. What will you do if I get sent to Guantanamo Bay? Will you visit me? And I said, Bill? No. Because they'll probably keep me there as well. The government likes to say that it has taken an oath to uphold the Constitution. In the years that I was on the bench, it seemed every time government lawyers were in my courtroom, whether the government was prosecuting somebody who was legitimately guilty or whether it was a mistake, or whether someone was suing the government because government doctors or government contractors or government workers made a mistake. The government doesn't come into the courtroom to enforce the Constitution. It comes into the courtroom to evade and avoid it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, must be stopped. This is a great moment in our history. A crowd of this magnitude on a beautiful day and the boiling sun in the most middle American of great middle American states. Comes together not because the president is a Democrat, not because his predecessor was a Republican, not because a war is just or unjust, not because the Fed is stealing or printing. You are here because you believe in human freedom. It is the essence of our existence that we should be free. But remember this, the government hates freedom. It is an obstacle to every one of their designs. whenever they write laws, whenever they take your tax dollars, whenever they regulate your private behavior, whenever they tell you how to spend your money, whenever they tell you what medicines to take, whenever they tell you what food to eat, whenever they tell you with whom you may or must associate, they are taking away your freedom, and they love to get away with it. And they cannot get away with it any longer. In the long history of the world, very few generations have been granted the role of defending freedom in its maximum hour of danger. This is that moment, and you are that generation, and now is our time to defend our freedoms. Jefferson was no saint, but he was the greatest of our American presidents. He believed that the individual was greater than the state. He believed that the states were greater than the federal government. And when he wrote that our rights come from our Creator and that our rights are inalienable, he forever wedded the notion of natural rights to the American experience and the American experiment. We must be vigilant about every right that the government wants to take away from us. You've heard the president say, the present president and his predecessor, my first job is to keep you safe. He's wrong. His first job is to keep us free. It is his only job to keep us free. Shortly before he died, Jefferson lamented that in his view of the world, it was in the natural order of things for government to grow and freedom to be diminished. How ardently he wished that that wouldn't happen. And in order to prevent it from happening, he had a very simple remedy, which one of my predecessors articulated a few minutes ago. Here it is. When the people fear the government, that is tyranny. When the government fears the people, that is liberty. God bless you, my friends. Thank you. God bless you. God bless America. Goodbye, Columbus.
And believe it or not, we're